Brace yourself. Now relax and know that after every upheaval, there's a new dawn and a potential for positive new outcomes. The meaning of the tarot card is indicative of disaster and destruction, upheaval, trauma, sudden change, and chaos. When it comes up in a reading, it can almost be a bit cringeworthy, but I'm here to help soothe you through that experience to make you realize that depending on our perspectives, there's always positive new outcomes should we choose to understand the cycles of life. This is all about change in the most radical and monumentous of ways. This is that destruction energy that must happen in this natural energy here on earth to come apart. So that way something brand new can be built in its place. So yes, visually it might be a bit unnerving or frightening, to be honest, but there's so much heart in this card, and let's go ahead and focus on the foundational and ground-breaking change that it can bring into our lives. This can be an event, a situation, somebody coming into our lives, a habit that just needs to end. It could mean so many different things, but underneath it all means the same thing. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something extremely terrible, depending on how we look at it. So just like a disaster or great loss, change itself is a normal part of life, and we have to embrace it. So let's lean into this energy. Sometimes it can really bring and strike fear in our lives, and we must abandon the truths that we have maybe known prior to this situation that had happened. Maybe old belief systems just totally get bombarded with a new truth, and it can bring new revelation, and that the old ways are no longer useful, and you must find another set of beliefs, values, or processes to take their place. And that can be really scary. But on a positive note, it's also time to replace those old foundations. So the past is something that's it. Radical acceptance of this moment exactly the way it is, and moving forward with something more genuine that will serve us better in what is to come. So this type of energy is bound to happen. It's a part of energy here on earth. So wanting to control the situation is not going to help it. We need to keep our temper in check and radically surrender and avoid hurting ourselves further or hurting other people any further. So this is a time for clear communication with yourself and radical surrender and the sudden change, and it allows for an awakening at the other side of this. So when this comes up in a reading, oh no, but also at the same time, heck yes, because this means that something really beautiful and new is about to emerge and be born. And so with all that said, the lightning represents a sudden surge of energy or insight that leads through a breakthrough or a revelation on the card. And so everyone's jumping out of the tower, and the building is knocking off the crown at the top. So it's symbolizing energy flowing down from the universe, down into the crown chakra, and needing to escape. It's that feeling of needing to escape, or knowing when a situation is no longer safe, and staying there is only going to get you burned, or even, it's just time to escape. So this doesn't mean escapism, but about knowing when to leave a situation for good. So it might be unexpected, but maybe it's affecting you spiritually or mentally or physically or emotionally. And so it's time to tear things up and create chaos. And this can be for your highest good, trust me. So the best way forward is to not self-destruct, and you can rebuild and refocus and rebalance and move forward after these moments in our lives that bring this upheaval. So no matter how unwanted or painful it is, it's a part of life, and it might hurt, but it allows us to grow and emerge so our soul can evolve.